Good morning. Yeah, from Birmingham. Let's narrow it in a little bit. This, where we are right now, is Alexander Stadium, as close as we can get to it, at least. You can see, as far as your eye can see, there's railings from where people would have had to have queued up yesterday to get into that ceremony. I think it was about 30,000 people would have been here on the outskirts of this newly renovated Alexander Stadium. You can just imagine the scale just because of how far you might have had to queue to get in. So right now it's 8 a.m, it's nice and quiet here. Can you only imagine what it was like at 8 p.m. when all of these people were ready to celebrate the start of the 22nd Commonwealth Games in the year 2020 right here in Birmingham. Of course, there were so many things that happened over the space of that 2 hours. Some really memorable moments though. Prince Charles and the Duchess of Cornwall, Camilla, arriving in that Aston Martin, representing the classic car history that we have here across the Midlands as well as across the UK. You also saw that giant mechanical bull. Of course, the bull is the symbol of Birmingham as well as this Commonwealth Games. One of the parts of it was not hiding away from that uncomfortable truth about how the slave trade played such a big part in the industrial past and has contributed to wealth in parts of the West Midlands as well as Britain historically. As well as we saw a statement made by Tom Daley, the Olympic gold medalist, about LGBT rights in games where some of the countries that are here, it's still criminalised to be part of the LGBT community, it's still criminalised to be gay. So that was a stand that he made really quite powerfully, as well as carrying the torch in there. We saw that tower light up at the end, as well as just before it, hundreds, 5,000 or so people coming in to celebrate the start of the Commonwealth Games, people cheering on their countries. It was a really fantastic sight. But now the games are officially opened and people will start to think what sports are on. Stephen, you said it a few moments ago about not everybody's interested in sport, not everybody follows these kinds of games day to day, but when it's happening in Birmingham, when it's happening in your hometown and your country, you flick on the TV and you see what's happening. So the first thing starts in about 10 minutes, 5 minutes. It's lawn bowls at 8:30 where all of the United Kingdom nations are competing. That's going to be a gradual process as they whittle it down. But we are seeing medals today, 16 medals up for grabs. Here we are at Alexander Stadium. Nothing is happening today, if my research is correct, but not very far from here, only a few miles. Sutton Coldfield at Sutton Park. We are going to see the triathlon sprint take place where we've got Alex Yeh and Georgia, one of our British athletes for the women's as well, who is going to be from England, sorry, who's both Olympic medalists. And they're going to be competing, really high hopes for those. So lots of things happening throughout the day as well as the 10 days to come. But that magnificent start that we saw yesterday was really quite incredible.
Stuff. Will, thank you. Is it crown green bowling? Do we know? I bet you don't know.
I think
but that'd be too specific.
It's lawn bowls.
Green.
It's lawn bowls. That's the extent of my knowledge.
Yeah. Oh, that must be the flat one. There you go, Will. Thank you very much indeed.